Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Dare County where 2 more teens have been charged in the deadly shooting that occurred on Avalon Pier. Kill Devil Hills police say that 17-year-old Caden Lindsay was charged with first-degree murder for being an accessory before the fact, and 17-year-old Zachary Rose was charged with aid and abet first-degree murder. The July 31st shooting at the Avalon Pier killed 19-year-old Zane Hughes of Collington, while a 15-year-old boy, who police said was a bystander, was also shot in the leg by the gunfire. Already indicted for the shootings is 16-year-old Henry Hargis of Kill Devil Hills. All 3 teenagers have been charged as adults while they are being held in a juvenile detention facility because of their ages. Now we want to turn to some good news in that ECU has now seen its 3rd straight year of increased enrollment. Very good news for the university. The university says that enrollment for the fall of 2025 is at 27,153 students compared to 26,940 students back in 2024. This makes it the highest enrollment since fall of 2021, according to ECU. Now, the total number of new first-year enrollment is at 4,132 students, which we're told is up 2.7% from fall of last year. Now, ECU says the number of new transfer student enrollments is at 1,953 students, which is 10.5% higher than the previous year at 1,767 students. Now, when it comes to holding on to students, ECU saw a big bump in its retention rate. The first to second year student retention rate is 83.3%. ECU says this is the highest rate since fall of 2019 class enrolled, and the 3rd consecutive year of increase in the retention rate for first-time, full-time, and first-year students. For more details on the increased enrollment, you can head over to our website, WITN.com. And now we want to turn to your weather forecast. It's been a gray and cloudy day so far. Air temperatures noticeably cooler than our seasonal average because of those clouds and the northerly winds that come in with it. But right now, as far as rain showers go, everything that is currently falling almost too light for radar to truly pick up. Whenever you've got drop sizes that are just, a little bit too small, it can kind of turn invisible. And that's exactly what we kind of saw earlier today. I had some mist in some areas. We have seen some sunshine along the coast. In fact, I'm going to pull up the, well, now, of course, here's your Moorhead City Cam overlooking the waters over Sanitary Restaurant. There was blue sky there just about an hour or so ago. You gotta believe me. You gotta believe me. Now, of course, through the rest of the day, are we going to be seeing more blue skies? No, probably not. But again, nice to see whenever you've got gray skies across the entire area. Whenever you can pick out maybe just a little bit of blue, it gives you a little bit of encouragement. Now, as far as your rain showers go, yeah, we do have some heavier rain showers further back towards the west, but even those raindrops right now are very light. As far as rainfall totals, right now we're anticipating less than 1/4 inch of rain to fall today. Right now, 72-degree air temperature comes with a 72-degree dew point. Humidity continues to rise throughout eastern North Carolina despite the northerly wind. Now, air temperatures again right now in the low to mid 70s across most of eastern North Carolina. A few of us still in the upper 60s. Roanoke Rapids currently at 64 degrees, but Goldsboro, Rocky Mount, and Ahoskie all coming in at 68 and 69 degrees. Overall, a fairly comfortable day today despite the rising humidity. The humidity will be falling as we head into tomorrow, but for the rest of today and tonight, even though we've got a northerly breeze, the proximity of the low pressure system that's giving us that northerly wind is also increasing our humidity. So that northerly wind doesn't have the usual effect it normally has on eastern North Carolina, and that would be, it would usually tend to push out a lot of that humidity. That will happen later on, coming up on Thursday, and then through Friday and Saturday and Sunday, we get to enjoy the benefits of the northerly breeze, again, lowering the humidity. But again, for today, that low pressure system just a little bit too close to the east to give us any sort of big humidity drop. That will come. We just got to be a little bit more patient. Now, zooming the picture out a little bit further, you can see we've got several pressure systems around us. The one that's going to actually be most impactful is that area of high pressure off to our west. Unfortunately, it won't be super impactful over the next 2 days, but by the time we get to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it will be backed up by a secondary high, and that will certainly keep us sunny throughout most of eastern North Carolina. Coming up for your Friday, potentially even Saturday and Sunday. However, the presence of that low pressure system off our coast will lead to the chance of maybe a few raindrops falling along the coast over the weekend. Right now, we've got a 20% chance of rain tacked onto your Friday, Saturday, as well as Sunday. But none of those rain chances are going to be high enough to force you to cancel any sort of plans. Now, overnight lows in the upper 50s certainly going to make your Saturday and Sunday mornings feel very comfortable. We'll even hang on to some of that comfort as we head into the start of next week as overnight lows hold near the 60-degree mark. But we will see our temperatures climb, going from the mid-70s today to the mid-80s by the time we reach next Monday. That's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.